This is Junglearium 2.0, and in today's video we will go from this into this magnificently looking thing. Let me tell you what are the plans for today's video. As you see, once again both doors are installed. That is because I want to keep humidity inside, because there are plants and obviously they need humidity to survive. But look at this. This is all the dirt that we added like 3 weeks ago, and look at this. The plants are growing on its own out of the dirt, out of the roots that I left inside. I don't really mind. I really don't really mind, but I think that once the humidity starts to be high as it should for this environment, I think that those plants will die off because they are outside plants and they are not used to that high humidity. But for now, I will just leave them to add some additional greenery to the background. So the plan is this. I want to continue with the background and I want to cover all of this right about here to the middle, which means that we will need to cover this somehow to make sure that all the dirt that you've seen it in the last video, when I'm doing the background, a lot of dirt is falling from the background as I'm pushing that dirt. So all of that dirt would end up here, and I don't want that because this is the stream for the waterfall and this is obviously the lake, so I don't want dirt inside, dirt that would basically be impossible to get out. So therefore I want to cover it with some protection and that way capture all that dirt. That thing is the main job, but we have a bunch of side quests. Like I want to plant the plant over there, also probably somewhere over there, and I want to add a bunch of climbing plants around the background so they start spreading across the enclosure. Then of course I want to bring back water to the water section, turn on the waterfall and keep it flowing from now on, because that will help up with the humidity. I have the misting system installed, but that is just a temporary solution. I need to add a bunch of more nozzles, and until then the humidity from the water section will definitely help out. These two rocks are not fixed, this and this one. I want them to stay like this, and at the same time I want to have free access to the tube here, so therefore I will try to do something with magnets. I will stick them with hot glue on the rocks and hopefully the magnets will be enough to keep the rocks in place, but at the same time when I need to access that part I can just remove the rocks and access it. Yeah, that's the idea. And that is basically what we will do today. Also, I will add a couple of cork bark tubes to the background, like here. I'll glue them with expanding foam, and also somewhere here, you know, I will just go crazy with it. That will provide me spots for planting plants and also hiding places for lizards and other critters. So yeah, we have this box that I received, the gift from one subscriber that we will open at the end of the video. And also let me show you something before we begin. Look at this. Can you read what it says? This is the Darkden sand for the texture, the original Croatian sand. This is the actual sand that I'm using in my videos when I'm adding sand for the texture. And I really don't know why I didn't do this, why I didn't pack it like this and sell it to you guys, because I know that a bunch of you would probably take it either as a meme or to actually use it and add it to your enclosures to have a piece of Croatia inside of your enclosures around the world. That is really cool stuff. So I think that by the time you're watching this video they will be available on my web shop. Link is in the description. I will be shipping them worldwide, so if you want your very own sand for the texture from Croatia, from the Darkden, collected like 20 kilometers from my spot, from where I live, now you will have the chance regardless of where you live. So check it in the description if they are available. Now working inside would be much easier if I would remove the sliding door, and while they are heavy I can remove them on my own, but since I'm still recovering from my surgery I am not allowed to do it. So for next 2 or 3 weeks I won't be able to remove this on my own, so therefore I will need to manage around it. Let's see if this will actually work. So this will go just like that, which means that it will connect to this rock that can actually also be removed like this. Yeah, so we need to place the magnet somewhere behind. Will this actually work? I have no idea, but I will try it for sure. First step is to add glue here. Okay, you see, it is now fixed. But is it strong enough? Yeah, it is. I add more glue here on this side and then I stick it right here. Let's see if I can remove it. Nice, you see? Magnet over there, magnet over here, and it goes right where I want it to go. Now I realized that I forgot to mention one thing that we need to do. You see this pipe? This is bringing water from the behind of the enclosure, behind of the wall. But there is also the second pipe, and that is also coming out of this wall, and I plan to use it. I mean, I will use it for the fog. And just like we have the system in the current Junglearium, I'm not really using it because I don't need the additional humidity, and the humidifier just turned on. But anyway, I have the same system in the current Junglearium, but I'm not using it because I don't need additional humidity inside. And just like over there, I want to have like a split system where this tube is connected to a T-splitter, or however it is called, which will enable me to have one pipe over here and the other pipe over there. But the plan is, since I already have that in the current Junglearium and I'm not even using it like ever, we are going to dig it out and just use it like that. And look how the camera lens is fogging inside of the Junglearium. Therefore I won't be sticking it inside, but the pipe is going from the bottom somewhere up to the top of the middle and then separates the flow. I need to go inside here. One goes out of this rock and the other goes out of this cork. You can maybe see the mesh inside, and also inside you can see the gecko eggs. So we will kind of need to relocate those. Now how complicated will this be? I have no idea. But I know that I need to fully go inside and close the door behind me so I don't risk losing any of the animals. So I just need to figure out where I can step. I can step here and also I can step here, and probably, hopefully I will have enough reach for that. Look at them. Come on, go away guys. And now I can close the door behind me. Now tell me, how many of you can actually go inside of your own enclosure and just close yourself inside? Let's follow the tube. You see this here? I can probably pull it like, oh, the millipedes. Sorry guys. Here is the splitter and I forgot to take the scalpel with me. That was not smart. Okay, we can remove this and then pull the pipe. Excellent. Unfortunately, the camera that I have, you see, this is the camera that I'm using, it wasn't really charged, so it ran out of a battery, but I need the cutting knife anyway. But you have seen what you had to see. I'm going back in. This time I don't need to close the door because I know that I will be quick. Got it. It looks nasty, right? But it is perfect for what we need. We just need to stick it inside of the tube. Oh, that is if it will fit. Not that easy. Okay, I got it. We don't even need this smaller tube. I got it directly in the bigger one. And I have this rock, this beautiful rock with actually two holes, you see. That will serve as a hiding spot for that tube. I'll have the rock here, and then the tube will go inside of that rock. Perfect! So let's secure it with some expanding foam. Also I need to secure the cork bark somehow. I'm hoping that something like this will be enough. Now they need to be longer, way longer, and I don't have a longer stick. Or do I? Maybe I do, just a second. I actually do. This will be perfect. Look, it is not even open. So now I can secure it like this. Yeah, awesome. Now I go with the expanding foam, and once that is secured we can remove the sticks. Perfect. And this bigger one will go right here. Ah, never mind, now I noticed that this is all wet and expanding foam won't be able to secure to it, but I can actually secure it with dirt. Yeah, no problem. There will be a lot of dirt in that corner. I will also use smaller ones like these, but they will also be secured with just dirt. So that means that we can start with the dirt. Actually, no, we need to protect the area first. I'll just secure it with some rocks and also in here. Yeah, just like this. So we can now start. Now if you're wondering how this process goes, go and check previous Junglearium episode. You will find there's actually a whole playlist in regards to building the original Junglearium that then continues into this build. So you can search for that on my channel. But since I explained already how this goes in previous episode, I won't be repeating myself, and this will be just one big time lapse. So yeah, we are continuing with that. Alright, as you see, majority is done, but I still need to come up to here in order to be finished. But to continue, I need to cut this tube so it fits inside. Currently it is too long. And then I need to also put the mesh on the end of it so no animals can crawl inside. And I need to cut something like this. I always worry not to cut too much, so we'll go here first. And if that will be still too long, we can easily cut more. Just a little bit more. And to secure the mesh, I will just use the zip tie. Now we cut the excess, and that should be it. And in order to hide this, I will probably use a cork bark, something like this. Yeah, most likely exactly that. But now we can finish everything, all the dirt. Oh snap, I cannot believe that half of the enclosure is done. Holy moly, look at all the dirt. All of the dirt on the back. I love it. And also I got some dirt to spare. Now let's see how messy will it be to remove this protective foil, and I'm kind of worried that a lot of dirt managed to go behind and on the actual waterfall section, so that will be a hassle to clean. But if that will be the case, I think that I have the solution. I will start from the top. Foil did protect some, but a lot of it went behind. God damn. Cleaning all of this will be a hassle for sure. I think that the best solution will be to use the vacuum. But to be honest, it did prevent a lot of dirt from going where it shouldn't go, you see? All of this dirt. So this is the idea. Vacuum cleaner, a mesh, or should I say a women's sock, and yeah, ideal. All the big stuff should be caught by the net. Let's see. Okay. Not bad, but I need two hands because it feels quickly. Okay, this went much better than I expected. Look at this. Everything is cleaned. Heck yeah. So technically now we can turn on the waterfall, but before I do that, I need to reglue this, and obviously I need to use some different type of glue. So I'll first figure that out. All right, it is a new day, but I realized that I cleaned everything, but I forgot to add the plants. And now by adding the plants, I will again disturb the dirt, and the dirt will be falling down. So I need to protect everything again and clean it again. So that was a bit of a mistake on my part, but yeah, let's grab the plants from the Junglearium. Initially, I wanted to take this plant, but then I realized that it got really big leaves, and if I put it at the spot that I wanted to put it, a spot right here, then it will create shade for all the plants that I will plant here. So that is a no-go, but I have the alternative. And the alternative is on this side, this plant. I want to grab this plant and plant it over there. I can just pull it like this. Yeah, it got roots everywhere, you see. I'll just be able to stick that in the ground. This will be super easy to do. This plant got small leaves, and as a special bonus, it is blooming all the time, so it will be perfect. You see, a flower. I also grabbed a handful of moist Junglearium soil. I actually should have placed that first. And I grabbed more soil. I don't know if you can see, but there are worms inside, you see? Tiny isopods running around, which is an awesome thing. Now, next plant that we will grab, it will be this pitcher plant. You see, this is where I grabbed all of that dirt. Let me see if it is easy to pull. Yeah, it is. That is it, you see? That one should go here in the cork bark, or maybe I should secure it here. Yeah, this seems like a nicer spot for it. Next thing that I pulled is all of this mess. And hopefully I will put it somewhere over there. I need to figure out how to make it look normal, regular. You see, I have three types of plants. I have this, and also I have these smaller ones. I don't really expect that everything will survive in this state, but we are going to hope for the best. And while currently this will look terrible, if we give it some time, I'm sure that something will stick. Nothing can be instantaneous. Now I need to soak it all. And also, while I have the misting system installed, I will need to add a bunch of more nozzles to keep all of this moist. Okay, now it is time for the fun stuff, and that is to turn on the waterfall. I will put you here, I will leave you here, and I will go on the other side and plug the pump in. And then you can observe the water starting to flow and how the lake is filling up. I will position you like this, so hopefully you can see everything. The waterfall is, you see, it starts here and flows over there, and this will fill up. I am plugging it in. Is it flowing? Oh yeah, it is. Nice, look at this. A little lovely stream is streaming down. And now with this rate it will take a while for it to fill fully, so let's wait for that. In the meantime I will clean this. But you see how it is filling here. I see the water pooling over here, so I made like a canal so it can flow here. I will increase the flow a little bit. It definitely increased. I will need to redesign this area because you see the water is taking the dirt from this spot. So I will need to put some rocks to cover it here and also here. But so far so good. Oh, look at this. Someone was hiding in the rocks. How did you get here? One escapee roach. Okay, that is it. The stream is nice and constant and chill. You see, basically this is everything that is flowing, and of course a little bit flowing on the rock, and some of it is dribbling there behind, if you can see it. So that is basically it. Now of course I need to clean this dirt that is floating on top of the water, and basically the water should get a little bit more clearer with time. And let me show you on the other side. This is how it looks. You see, slow stream is going also outside. Water is gently flowing. You see, this is basically the whole water flow that is going over there. Really slow water flow. Exactly what I want. And in order to make this silent, we have this. This is really nice. And look at the aftermath after I pulled everything from the Junglearium. This is a bit clearer, and we have a big hole here, but that is to be expected. Eventually everything will go out, and hopefully next video will also be about the Junglearium, where I will finish rest of the background, add more plants, and also I will attach the two fans from the inside that will make sure that the air inside is constantly moving, and hopefully the glass won't be fogging because of that, because they will blow directly on the glass. That is at least the idea. And another information, glass enclosures, the terrestrial ones are restocked on the webshop, but now the arboreal ones are out of stock. Feel free to get them. Oh, and we need to open this box. So I will switch the lens. Whoop, much better, huh? Oh, and by the way, I have more information. In November, I'm going to the US, to the United States. Once again I'm going to St. Louis. This is the date when I will be there. I already bought the tickets, so you can plan the trip if you like, and I will share more information in the near future. So this is the gift from Karina. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Inside there are some stickers. So inside there are Phyllium giganteum eggs, some stick insect eggs. I will put them inside of the enclosure, and hopefully eventually they will hatch. We are going to see that in the future. Ooh, there are a lot of eggs, you see, and also more eggs inside of this vial. Cool. Thank you. Fingers crossed. Rest of you, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, thumbs it up and comment something. If you want to support the channel more, there's a Patreon page and webshop page where you can buy the sand for the texture, dark dense sand for the texture. So make sure to check that out. Worldwide delivery, shipping worldwide. I upload every Monday and sometimes a live stream on Sunday, so see you again really soon. Bye.